From the legends of memory and storage, Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products, precision engineered for speed and stability. Crucial Ballistics.
And hello, guys. Welcome back to the LG Ultragear Tech Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial. Our apparel sponsor is going to be 656, and service partner is going to be Cosmic Byte. And we're back here today with more Group A action. It's going to be me, KH, alongside my friend Universe. Take you through it all. And today's match is going to be a big one. It's going to be exciting to say none the least. We're going to be taking you through Weird Esports taking on Reckoning Esports for today's matchup.
Yeah, Weird Esports and Reckoning both have had, well, I wouldn't want to say the most wonderful starts to their journey, but Weird at least have a win under their belt so far, right? Reckoning are the only team right now, I think, in the group who haven't gotten a win under their, name. And that's not really what we know Reckoning to be. Last season, they took everybody by storm. They finished on top of their group, and they beat as many teams as they could face. And they were a force that we really thought were going to be title challenging contenders, right? But if you look at them this time around, they've played 3, lost 3, and hardly made a dent onto any team.
Yeah, honestly, we both had expectations from both of these sides, and hopefully, maybe the middle of the group stages, so maybe some things might change, and one of them might go ahead. But yeah, that's our match fixture for today. We have Weird Esports taking on Reckoning Esports right now, and then later on, we're gonna have Salt Esports versus Only Friends. Make sure you're active and notified when that match happens, guys. But for now, we're gonna be moving on to the MVP screen of the tournament, and it's getting exciting up there. We obviously have Deathmaker on first place coming in, and second we have Sai. On the third, we have True Rippers Paradox coming in as well. But on the fourth, we're really having some competition here. Sai, Shooter, these guys, they weren't really, up there. But recently, we're really having a lot of shuffles on that top 4. So do you think more players are going to come in, or is this going to be sort of the final 4 that's going to, sort of secure the
Nah,
position?
this is definitely not going to be the final 4. You never really know what's going to. I think Deathmaker is going to stay put right where he is.
Oh,
But I
yes.
think Sai, honestly, I had have a great time now watching him because he has not been on these standings. I remember watching him be here in probably the first iteration of the TC Gauntlet, and he was here for a couple of weeks, but that's it. But after that, we saw so many players come and go. There's Ion Q, who stepped in for I think a week or two. We had Cactus here. We had Bond F here last season. There are so many players who've come and gone on this, but I think Deathmaker is here to stay for sure. Paradox will definitely keep his position here, whether it's third, second, or fourth. Shooter, I think the more he starts playing, I think he's gonna solidify his position here as well. But yeah, I don't know if how long these three are gonna stay, but I can say for sure that Deathmaker is not gonna be giving up that number one position to anybody. But none of these players are playing today. We do have a couple of hard hitters on the players that we are gonna be seeing today. So let's before we move on to the what looking at the teams, let's have a look at the group standings to see what could be the story, what could be falling apart, or what could be building up for either of these teams here. Because we have Weird Esports on fourth position, and they've lost two out of the three that they've played. But even in those two, they've pulled off at least 1 point, so they're 3 points up. They've got a little bit of a breathing room, because Reckoning are down below at the end of the table with 0 wins, but just 1 point, because thankfully they pulled off one map. But Kirito, I have a little bit of a hope here for Reckoning. I would think that this is probably the match that they start getting back to their winning ways, because Weird haven't really been at the best of their game after their win, and this could be Reckoning's chance to maybe come back at the table and compete for try somehow to get to that fourth position maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. Reckoning, I mean, they're a team that thrives on momentum and that one victory right now. And considering it's Weird who aren't at the best of their form, this could just happen and we might see their first win come in today. And that might create the snowball effect we all know is very much possible in the game of Valorant. And we might see them rise up the standings. They might not be going to that top two or top three position anytime soon, but yeah, they might definitely be taking some steps to get ahead there. Meanwhile, we are going to be checking out Weird Esports' team profile. It is going to be quite interesting because, I mean, we obviously want to make sure we know who is going into today's match, because it's going to be really important for us to made aware that each and every one of these players are ready and they are going to be communicating to their best. Because right now, Weird Esports, they are ahead than side of Reckoning, but you can't never let your guard down. Any moment you might have some faltering in communication, some momentum gap, you might make a mistakes or two, and they're gonna take advantage of that. They're gonna exploit you. They're gonna be able to move in and make sure they secure the dub on that specific fight, and that might create something of a ripple, and Weird might fall back. So these players, they definitely have to make sure they have their A game today. Communication should be on point, and hopefully that will happen. It definitely will be happening, but let's see what the other opposition side of Reckoning have to show up with. Obviously, they have some interesting names there as well, but I mean,
Yeah, they
what
most
are your
certainly.
expectations from the opposition side though?
Honestly, I feel like with the lineup that these guys have, with the amount of experience as well as talent that these guys have put up themselves with at a position where we call them last season as title contenders, and they went so far ahead in the playoffs as well. They almost made it through to the lower bracket finals. I think that Reckoning is a team that really, I don't know, they lost their mojo. I don't know what exactly happened, but after the roster shift, it looks like they've kind of not found their the footing that they were on last season. It looks like they've had their ground under their feet broken down, and they're just struggling to find it back ever since. Ion on the Jet has been pretty great individually, but as a team, these guys have been struggling quite a bit. And Weird Esports were, well, they're a team that are surprisingly doing a lot better than you would know most teams to do, right? Because they're formed recently, and even though they're formed recently, these guys, they play like they've known each other for a while now, and that's the good thing about them. Reckoning really need to step it up today. Reckoning really need to try and make a difference today, because if they don't, it definitely is going to be probably the end of their journey in this tournament, and that's just stepping stone towards that seventh match. Because as soon as the number hits seven, it's gonna go down raining hell. But hey, let's have a look at the map video, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see where exactly these guys are gonna be facing off against each other. And as I expected, Reckoning Esports, they're going for the descent pick. They've been going for it quite a while now. They want to stay safe. They want to go for the map where they know that they can make a dent onto the opposition. And considering all three maps, I am not quite sure if Weird Esports, this is out of their map pool either, because I don't see which one has an advantage here. It seems like an even ground crew, though.
It does. It's going to be very interesting indeed, because Ascent, obviously, Reckoning, they're playing it safe. They want to make sure they start things off with with stuff in their with the victory going in their favor, and in a best of one, obviously, that first win is going to do miracles for you. If you are able to get it, you're going to be able to continue on with the best of momentum and confidence for the rest of the matchup. But again, the second map being Haven, it's being picked by Weird. I gotta be honest, they're both decently strong at the map, but Weird. I feel like they should have gone maybe something a bit more comfortable for their side. I'm not really sure if Haven was the best choice. If Reckoning are able to take the first map, then Weird, they're definitely gonna have to make sure they perform a lot better in Haven, and that might be difficult considering how attacking sided this map is. They might get a couple of rounds in the first half, but who knows what's gonna happen? Honestly, I feel like Haven's gonna be something we want to keep our eyes on. And obviously, we have the decider. It's gonna be Bind, and Bind is one of those just maps. It's very classic. It's very strategy dependent. You need to have good utilities on the entry and all that stuff. So it's gonna be a real doozy one for sure. But yeah, first of all, we're gonna be going through Ascent. It's gonna be picked by Reckoning, and we are gonna be defending for that first half. So we are all hyped for it. How about you, Universe? How do you think Ascent is gonna turn out? In a little bit more detailed fashion.
I- I'm not quite sure how Ascent is gonna turn out because just one reason that I have no idea how these two sides are gonna be doing against each other on a ground zero map. Because if this was something like maybe say Icebox, I would probably say that Reckoning would have had an upper edge, but Icebox isn't there. If we had something like I don't know Split, then maybe I would have said again that somebody would have had an upper edge. But these two teams, I have no idea how they're going to face off against each other because no matter what the map, it's all about the way they play out. And Ascent is a map where you actually cannot predict, even if it's the top team. So let's have a look. As the side of RGE have picked in everything they need. They've got the usual lineup: the Sky, the Sova, Jet, Astra, and Killjoy. And there's no difference here, no surprises from any side except for the fact that maybe Deadly could go in for that Cypher apart from the Killjoy, which he does usually, by the way. He has played Cypher on this map before. He's played Cypher quite a bit, and he's trying to adapt to his role, who, by the way, was also on the MVP standings for quite some time in the early stages of the tournament. And weird to have this really good set of I want to say flexible people who can play the Sentinel. We've seen Deadly play the Sentinel. We've seen him play the secondary duelist role as a Raze. And he's been really good for the team. He's been upfront about the way he plays, his aggressiveness, as a Sentinel, both as a duelist. So he's had a great grasp on the way that Weird plays around, right? And RG on the other side, well, they have one of their subs coming in today. It's Godspeed, and I'm not quite sure if this is the right time for stuff like this to happen for them because Weird Esports can catch them out because Godspeed is their coach, and if he fits in for sure, yeah, that's not going to be a problem. But at a time like this where they desperately need a win, if there's some problem with the lineup and the coach has to step in, it definitely going to cause some disruptions in the way they play.
Yeah, you need to make sure you have the 100% synergy. Obviously, the coach is a little bit involved. The coach knows how the team works. He knows how the strats are going to be working, so he can provide that support from that way. But you got to be considering how much communication and how much chemistry is required in a couple of teams for a game of Valorant, and it's gonna be difficult for him to adjust regardless. That is the main point. But yeah, we're hoping the best for both sides. We're hoping to see a pretty intense competition coming up. As right now, this group A, it's spicing up. We want the players at the top, the big teams, Velocity, FS, that are leading the group stage right now, to have some more teams to worry about, not just the ones behind them on third and fourth. Some players from the fifth, eighth, seventh positions. So let's get back into the match. As we see, we are already in, and we're still waiting for the players to be confirming that they're ready. So again, we have this double initiator lineup coming in, and I love the Sova and the Sky combination so much. Both of them really do provide a lot of information for the teams whenever, obviously Sova, the recons there, the drones there, Sky, the flashes not only work as an entry device or, just to take 1v1 duels, you can also sort of provide information for the rest of your team. Like, say it's 30 seconds left on a round. You're on defense. Your opponents on attack have cut off all noise. You don't know where they are. So it's 30 seconds. What do? If you're a Sky, you send a flash flying on either main, either A main or B main, whichever you're situated in. And whenever you let go of the flash, let it pop. If you hear the noise, blind it. And that means there's a player on that opposition side that is blinded. And there's only 30 seconds left. They don't probably have time for a rotate. There is a high possibility they're pushing that site because it could be a fake. Of course, you could have one player. Look, it doesn't tell you the amount of players you flash, but yeah, you do know that there's a player there. You can at least be ready for it. You can at least be bolstered up and ready to take a fight, because in that 30 seconds, the entry is going to be quite hectic. The oppositions are going to be really desperate to move into the site, and the same for attack as well. Whenever you're on A main or B main, flash flying to a particular spot, and you're gonna hear blinded. You're gonna, okay, there's at least one guy there, guys. He's probably flashed as well. So let's move in real quick and get him. So those are the big advantages of this lineup. But yeah, let's move on to things as we see the first map underway.
Towards the pistol, we would expect a little bit of a stack maybe somewhere, but it's actually spread out for the defense and the offense, as the defense are actually pushing in. Weird Esports are not afraid of taking fights clearly. As you can see, two of them are trying to go in for these fights, and it might just be their win. That flash was beautiful from Smoka, and Sukuna and Yuven both go down. Badlove taps Ion right out of existence. Spondef has actually made his way down into enemy lines, but he's going to get shot down by two different directions, and Rio's going to win his kill, as it's only Godspeed left. And all he's going to be able to do is die. What a round from Weird Esports. Early on, they take aggression and they take control. I like this.
Yeah, definitely aggressive play from Weird. You love to see it sometimes, obviously pistol rounds. It's the start of the matchup. Everybody's not really warmed up, not really ready yet. They're not feeling the intensity of the match. So it's good to mix things up and bring a little pressure to the table. And Weird did exactly just that. They're going to be going to those early Spectres, giving them an advantage in the next round. You might just see a 2-0 coming up. Obviously, the side of Reckoning, they were nowhere near the bomb site, so they couldn't even plant the bomb, so no force buy option for them. It's going to be a hard eco. Here comes the flash from Bondef. They're going to be dashing into side. IonQ not really taking a fight, realizes that gravitational level is there. Here comes more information. Pixel going for a big finds two. Smoke trading in. He's gonna find two as well. Here comes Badlove. Doesn't need to land a shot because Smoke is there to get his own triple kill. Alright, I mean, Weird. I guess they're feeling really good today. That level of aggression. And even if they weren't feeling good today, after that kind of play, you gotta feel good.
Yeah, indeed. Early on, it's always just one of these rounds, when your opponent's on the eco and just down to bare minimum classic pistols, you love it when you get that spray down against them. It's just, I know, you might say it's eco fragging, but it's satisfying. Okay, I love it.
It is.
Yeah. So now that we have the first test coming in for the side of Weird, as the first buy has popped in for RGE. Let's see what they're going to be doing with this. Weird are pushing up towards mid. Deadly leading the charge. And oh my god, this is again an interesting approach. But Ion has been thought of this. He's aware of this. And they've read into Weird Esports. As Deadly gives away his head almost for free on a platter. And Ion is really hungry at the moment.
First frag gotten for the side of Reckoning Esports. That's gonna be Ion's first as well, but okay, Badlove Marshall headshot onto IonQ. Bondef is there, he's gonna be flashing through the smoke. Recon comes in as well, not giving much info, but Rio's there on lane. He gets one on the spam. Bondef will get taken down. Badlove coming into logs, he's gonna get another one onto Godspeed. There's so much support, the rotation is here, it's all onto these players. Sukuna in the smoke, the Recon's gonna spot him on. No, he's gonna step back in. His teammate will be spotted. Here comes Badlove. He's right in front of the smoke. If a pixel moves in,
30 seconds left.
Sukuna can spray it down. and get that frag because he's low on HP. But yeah, he's gonna be moving away. Smoker's gonna be on the flank, so that's a good hold onto the B main area. Basically, they have a lot of information to work with that no
Yeah,
one's
they do.
rotated.
Yeah, no, it's perfect because now they've heard the sound cue as well, and Pavlov's just gonna take care of almost anybody and everybody as Pixels finishes it off. It is gonna be an amazing round from Weird. 3 rounds in a row. Oh, they've had 4 players survive, and now 4 players of theirs have upgraded to weapons without even having to waste any sort of money. So that's really good from them. I love this play from Weird Esports. Early on, they take up the aggression. They're taking the fight to RGE, and they're making them, you know, sit down. They're saying, no, you're not coming front. We don't care if we are in defense. We're going to come to you, and we're going to take the fight because this is Sparta, and we are the gods of war.
Oh, look at that positioning. Look at that early aggression onto that A main, allowing their teammate Battlef to actually take position near that wine. Assuming a team like Reckoning should clear that out later on, but who knows? It might just, you know, slip their minds. It happens like that, even to the best of players. And considering Battlef, he's got that operator. Bond F, oh, he's gotten pushed. He's brought down to 4 HP and dies. Battlef now makes that operator, you know, and takes down Drasova. No information. Both initiators are eliminated for the side of Reckoning. Oh, Battlef, I thought he's gonna die there, but the dash saves and Smoker is gonna follow things up with the frag onto Godspeed. INQ's gonna tough position on that cubby. He needs to get out of that area. He does have a dash. He's gonna smoke and dash away, but Smoker's too good for that, and he's gonna land the critical as well. Smoker, he's feeling himself. He hasn't died once. 8 frags, 0 deaths. Battlef's just behind him. 6 frags, 0 deaths. And these two are just owning that A main area. Like, no way in 100 years are Reckoning able to actually walk in towards that A site because of these two.
Yeah, that is actually a really good approach. I really think that, you know, having his early aggression set in and having to go straight for what you would expect as RGE to come out, you know, they're not giving them as much space to work with. They're not giving them as much, you know, even time to work with. Because early itself, they send in that Hound, they send in that, you know, the bird to try and flash them off as well. They do everything and anything they can to try and make them not enter into that, you know, archway. And they're doing a pretty good job at it, and I love it because that allows the side of, you know, Weird Esports to explore other avenues as well. Because if they're holding down towards A and they're pushing in a hard over here, which means they can also push up on other places because RGE are trying to focus to, you know, their main focus now is going to be to try and relieve the pressure off of the A main side, right? So they're going to come in at least 2, maybe 3 players, and that's going to cause a little bit of disruption in their play on the other sides because they will send players towards mid, they will send players towards A, but it's probably going to be 2 players, right? So one of whom is going to watch B and one of whom is going to watch mid from the B link. Like, that's exactly what's happening right now. You see that?
Exactly as you said. They're going to be holding positions, but Battlef, oh, this
That's
aggression
exactly
and
when
gets
even they push
one.
up.
The teammates there as well. The teammates there as well. Smoker, he's gonna push out, looking to that top mid area to see if anybody's gonna peek out, because that's when he's vulnerable right now in Battlef. He takes that operator shot. He's smoking, moving away, but that's a straight line. One spray down could get him, but the support is there. They're even pre-firing. They're not even waiting to see if anyone's there. Obviously, they were smoked by their own teammates. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. That was good team play coming out. They have a good grip and idea on that map. But oh. Here comes that Trailblazer. Information is there. Will the Seekers come out? Smoke has got it in his hands, and they are now on the hunt. Will gather information on where they are. INQ does destroy a lot of those on the main, so I'm not sure if Smoker knows that there's a player. I mean, he did see him through the Trailblazer, to be fair, but Badlove holding on to that. The execution comes in. Doesn't really matter, though, because Badlove gets a triple kill. Pixel's gonna pop heads off as well. INQ, the only one left alive inside the side. He needs to get the first on the board, but needs to take down 3 players. Good start. Brings down Badlove on a triple kill. Needs to get the ace. The third place does give you information that Deadly is there, but he's going to fall back. He's gonna get the spike. Only 13 seconds left on the clock. He needs to move in. Dashes into generator, trying to get that bomb down, but oh, is this so unlikely. Oh,
My God,
that
Ion.
time.
That
Gets
was
the
so
shot.
close.
Gets the shot, but no time for the spike plant. Still, it's gonna be Weird's win. Oh, okay. Picks up the operator, but yeah, some tag is there. I thought might do some more damage. Doesn't really matter. They have a substantial economy. Look at their money.
I mean, obviously, when you have yourself to be on a 5-0 position, obviously you're gonna have money for another week or something, and that's exactly what they do. And now they're moving aggressively towards B. Look at this. They're reading this so well. They know that RGE are having trouble at A, so they might just go towards B. Now they're pushing up towards B, where they've got both Bad Love and Deadly taking these early fights. The flash will come out from the other side as this desperate buy from the side of
Oh,
oh boy, look at this. One by one, they're just falling like dominoes.
Spike down.
And
B.
Rio to clean it up with the wallbang Odin. And the only problem is that Bad Love through his own smoke tried to go for some cheeky little play. But thanks to Smoke, nobody more is going to be dying. No more lives lost. And it's going to be another round 6-0. Kirito, entering into this match, did you expect this? Or did anybody expect this for this match, for that matter?
I mean, I sort of expected either Reckoning or Weird are going to start off swinging. They're going to start off with a dominant half, but not this dominant. I expected them to win their own buy rounds. I expected them to have some better progress on their buy rounds where they have the ARs, but this setup is so good. They had the Sova, you know, using the Odin down that B main area, and we also had the bait coming in from the Killjoy Deadly. He got tagged by that owl drone and fell back, you know, sort of pulling them in like, oh, I'm a lonely Killjoy, what am I gonna do now? Little did he know there was an operator on the upper side.
Oh no, look at this.
And they all just sprayed him down there. But oh, Bad Love, oh, gonna peek away. There is a player. Is he gonna go for the jiggle? I'm pretty sure the shoulder just spotted and okay. Sukun is like, nah, I'm good. Another day maybe, but yeah, Rio with that Odin will be spotted out by his own his opponent's drone. And will that Odin be made known? They know it already, but will it make some noise is the question. Trailblazers are coming in. Here comes the spam. He's gonna be taking one of those out. Meanwhile, the side of Reckoning still are trying to go into that B site. Now it's going to be a lot of pressure onto Deadly, who's the only one inside. He needs to hold on to this. Just have support from Rio on CT. There's only so much the Odin can do. Shock darts are going to come in, not really tagging anybody. Neither will the Odin spray, but Deadly gets one. Almost a second. Oh, if they lined up there, that would have been huge. But I think this is the first time they've actually planted this spike.
Yeah. I think they planted the spike. I'm not actually. You know what? I don't. Even remember.
They have a convincing hold onto the site right now for the first time. That's for sure.
Yeah, but there is one problem. It is that they have a cosmic divide themselves, and they're gonna put it up as soon as they can. And RG are actually waiting to take this fight. Look at this. Ion, he just gets that kill, dashes straight back away, and Rio, he finds one in return, but I don't think this is a round that Weird's gonna win here, Kirito, because time's gone far too much at this point, and they're gonna have to retreat. They're gonna have to save these weapons. And although all three players of RG might die here, they've done enough to get around, so I think they're gonna be happy with that. Oh no, Rio's gone too. Oh, look at the gap.
They all die. They all die. That is a round win for them, but their money will take a bit of a dip. They can go for buys again, but sacrifices will have to be made, that in the form of armor and utility. Looks like utility will be there for everybody, but not armor. Skuna's and Skuna Bondev, they're all going to have to going for that. Half armor. I mean, Bondev, when they're yet to get frags, they're 7-0. This is just not... it's just not going the way they wanted, honestly. Operator in the hands of IonQ needs to make something happen. Big investment, as they always like to say. I'm pretty sure he spotted it. I mean, he did get concussed. IonQ's position should be revealed. Here comes Hunter.
Oh my god, oh boy.
Will that get any frag? Doesn't really matter. Smoker's pushing ahead. He'll get one. Blinded Pixel doesn't matter. He's gonna get a frag onto Bondev. Here comes the Shock Rush to provide cover. Low HP on IonQ. It looked good for them to begin to push on that A side, but again, every time they just get denied. Slapped in the face and say, no, don't come A. Why are you here? Maybe Bad Laugh has something to say about them entering mid as well, but they're going to be re-rotating back to that B. Spike is on A. Not sure if Juven's gonna be faking this.
I don't think he's the one who should be faking this because I'm pretty sure he wants a plan. And look at RG right now are really confused. They're just holding on. They're just
Indeed.
expecting that something would happen. Spike is so far away. Juven's finally making a move, but weird. They have a read on this, and it's only up to Deadly. Look at Deadly. He's waiting for that wall bang of a kill as soon as his turret spots out something. But the only problem is that INQ,
30
he
seconds
loses
left.
his life. It's gonna be a world of pain for the attackers. Badlov's here. There's an upper on either side of this B side, and it's gonna be up to Badlov. He gets taken down though, and it's up to Deadly. He takes down Ion. Only 6 HP. What else would you expect? They push up towards the spawn, but Godspeed, he's taking that fight alone, and that's not gonna cost him a lot. Only his death, and Deadly's gonna clean it up. What a beautiful hold by the Killjoy. Pick up the operator as well. And that is another round for Weird, 7-1. And Kirito, you just saw that movement, right? I mean, it was all up to just one thing and that Nano Swarm working and getting the one kill. But I didn't understand this one thing. Godspeed did push up towards, spawn, and he got the kill, okay? Agreed. Fine. But he took that fight one-on-one, and that's something that he really should be careful about because you never know how many players are going to be on the other side. Even though he knows that Deadly's on the side, there were 2 more alive, right? So they need to be careful.
That could have been a lot more dangerous. Obviously, some more coordination needs to be happening for the side of RG. But Bad Love gets one onto INQ. Can he get a second one? No, misses the shot, but there's a player up close. Godspeed, he could have pushed up to get that frag. Instead, Bad Love will survive for now. He's smoking away that switch to stay alive. Shock darts are gonna come in. Deadly is patiently holding. Rio in the meantime is just letting that out in spam. Is up on the flank. What is happening? RG are just sitting ducks. They're just sitting ducks. Smoking with the flag. Hello.
Okay, alright then. Okay, let's do that. Alright, so the backstab comes in. And with the amount of aggression that Weird Esports are showing right now, ladies and gentlemen, RGE have absolutely zero response. And by the way, Kirito, we should remind everybody and ourselves that this is Reckoning's map pick, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
This is Reckoning's map pick, and they are, well, they definitely don't feel like they're at home right now.
It's really weird to say this. I expected either one side to be, obviously getting a really big lead early on. I didn't expect to be an 8-1. Maybe it was gonna be, I don't know, actually a 7-something scoreline to, 7-5 scoreline to end things off to whichever side, got that aggression early on. But yeah, it's definitely not going out that way. RG, they are gonna be going on to a tactical timeout, I assume it is. But yeah, it's I mean, a little bit earlier would have been full, I feel like. And I mean, honestly, in those early rounds, Weird, they just love to push ahead. So I felt like, in one of those cases where, that early frag that happened down on mid on B-Link when Deadly pushed up down that B-Link, we saw, I think it was INQ holding on to that. So we need stuff like that as well. Communicate between yourselves, figure out, okay, let's hold a couple of these angles, wait for them to push out. Because when, about a minute is left on the clock, some of the players from the side of Weird might get a bit jumpy. They're like, where are they? Let me send out a scout. Let me get some information. And you might get some good picks and weaken either one of those sites. So that is a really good option for them, I feel like. But for now, 8-1's gonna be what they're working with. Bad Love. Okay, just dude, he just walks up there. I don't care what team you're facing. You just don't walk up there like that.
Yo, these guys, they have no sense of remorse whatsoever. They have no fear. They don't. Okay,
Look
yeah,
at
Bad
that.
Love. Yeah, no, that's all he needed, and now they're gonna go all the way back. The A side is theirs. The A main is theirs. The B main is theirs. I don't think that the side of Reckoning have seen A side except for the one round that they won. So this is another round where they're just getting hit and getting hit hard, RGE. And that heal comes through as well. But for how long is that going to last? Because with the amount of information that RGE have got now, they know that there's players huddled up towards B, at least 2 of them. So that should give them a sense of what's happening. And Rio's just taking an uncut.
All right,
And he's taking a dump on it.
No
What?
way.
Yo,
No
how do you guys
way.
let that happen? Rio is getting away with literally every single thing under the sky.
30 seconds left.
And he even killed the sky, so... Juven's
does find a
finally gonna
frag.
find one.
Yeah.
Yeah, one trade at least. Thank you. Something from RGE as Ian goes for one, but he's got nothing to work with because Deadly's there to support his teammate. And another wonderful round for the side of Weird. This is just crazy stuff, to be honest, because how many rounds now, Kirito, have Weird won with 4 players alive? How many? Like 5, 6 rounds? I can't even count anymore.
It's God. I mean, the side of Weird, they just have that communication. They have that coordination among them. That okay, let me just take a peek whenever you're in cover. You reload, and in the meantime, prepare yourself mentally for taking that another gunfight. And even the double peaks are so strong from them. I mean, we're not even keeping count of if it's a Nico or if it's a Byron for the side of Reckoning, because at this point, buys and ecos don't really matter. They need to get rounds on the board. 11-1 is a big possibility now on the plate. They are stacking up on that A side. A lot of information is given to Weird that maybe this is a stack. Because look at that push up from Deadly. He's all the way in that B main, jiggling it around. Some more information on this A side. They'll know. I love 2 operator shots coming in and 2 frags. He's still in that wine. He's gonna be moving to that A main right now, holding on to that tight angle. Reckoning should read that he has to win cover, but do they read this aggressive push and that headshot on TEAMXO? But Smoker's there from the
down A.
Godspeed trying to get that trade, but Smoker is there to protect him, and there we go. The trade is there as well. Okay, this team play is just insane.
Yeah, absolutely. It is
Last
insane.
round
You
in
know,
the half.
I just want to point something out as we head into the last round and a half, by the way, which has come sooner than I would have expected. This is how it's been, okay? They go to A main. They've got 2 players pushing up every single round. The Sky and the Jet. They go towards B main. They've got a mad, crazy Sova spraying down through the walls every single time, and he's finding success. They go to mid. They've got a Killjoy alarm bot, which, by the way, they haven't explored yet. Only the one time, I believe. Mid has been completely uncontested by the side of RGE, and that is a huge mistake, honestly. And to top it all off, the way that the defenders are pushing in, RGE are forced to play in a way that the attackers are not supposed to be playing. It's a default setup. It's the way that they've been playing. Is try and find avenues. And look at this, Bad Love. How does he get away with that?
No way Bad Love get away, does it?
Dude,
they were ready for that.
Happen.
They were aware of that. INQ was looking there. He should have gotten that frag there. I mean, obviously a bit nimble with the Blaze Storm, but come on. Where are the trades? Where are the communications? Reckoning. We see so much more better performance from them. And INQ, he's caught in the middle of nowhere. He has no way to get some speed. Oh, gets the frag. Sukuna as well, but the trade is there from Deadly. Sukuna trying to close out this ace, but they left the spike. So much time is wasted. They could have gotten the spike down right now. They could have gotten the Astro ultimate as well. Fine. Spike is nowhere to be seen. Juven's running. He's like, I'm coming, boys. I'm planting the
30
spike.
seconds left.
Yeah, he needs to go plant it right now. He's waiting to see if in case somebody was inside that smoke. And now, as the lockdown goes in, and Yuven's gonna plant it, he's gonna try and take out his Hunter's Fury, which he should. And there it goes. Deadly's gonna break down the door so he can find Yuven. But here comes the force from the heavens above, and that's gonna be Smoker and Rio, who cover up for Deadly. And they're gonna take down the last 2 members alive. Now, if you noticed, they started off the round really, just the same as always. They give away the first kill. After that, they put it up. Sukuna got 1 kill back, and Yuven found a kill. All right, they were in a 3v2, which, by the way, is doable of most times, right? Even if you're in the, on the lower end of the men, it's doable. You will just need to find the first initial frag. But the mistake was they left the spike out far too long. So after everything was done, something or the other goes wrong for the side of RG. And even if it is leaving the spike so far behind.
Is it too mean if I say that, okay, maybe even they didn't expect they're going to be able to get into the ace side?
I mean, okay, okay. Okay, guys, Kirito's being a little,
Alright, it's fine, it's fine. Everybody has those days, Reckoning, they just need some time to get alive. They are not failing at this tournament for now. But you never know when it might change up. It might not be this match, but we still have a lot to go.
Maybe.
They may gain some ground, but It's not gonna be anytime soon, not at least on this match, because look at the confidence, the way they're pushing in. I mean, Smoker and Bad Love, these two are joined at a hip and like moving in together, playing utilities off each other, peeking off each other. This is how a duo should work. And Weird immediately, they're gonna be pushing down mid, which by the way, Reckoning have never done. They know that, okay, maybe they're using those usual on the mid areas. Godspeed is gonna be holding on from CT. Can he get a...
No.
So does Juven get one. Pistol round might be in their favor, but Smoker from that off angle. Yo, low HP. Oh, you should stay alive, Smoker. They need the heal.
Oh,
He's gonna
no.
die with the spike as well. Deadly's gonna pick it up, 14 HP. All on to Rio, who's on 73. He does have his recon to work with. Picks up a ghost as well. Get the spike down, my friend.
They're waiting for some sort of push to happen. They're expecting
30
it,
seconds left.
but Deadly's finally going to be able to plan. And
Spike
now here we
planted.
go, 3 versus 2. It's up to Deadly to find
Player
something, but he's not going to be able to. Unfortunately, his health was far too low. And Weird,
One more?
they're going to be
Alright.
giving away the pistol. Rio was definitely not going to survive that 1v3, as finally the side of Reckoning are going to be responding, except for the one round that they did. And honestly, this is something that they needed in case, you know, they were expecting to somehow pull a surprise or maybe keep a footing in this match. They needed that pistol, but how far are they going to go, Kirito? Because after this, they can win this round for sure, yeah. But on the back of that, I don't think they're going to win any more, because once the buy round for Weird comes in, it's up to RGE to somehow try and win that bonus, because that bonus is the one round that they have to win. It's like a must-win situation. And if they don't, it's going to be match point, and then it's fighting for your life every single round, and, you know, act like you're all crazy to try and get this map as a comeback to happen, which I am not quite sure if it's going to.
I'm not sure what's gonna happen right now, but I do know that side of Reckoning, that one round might give some momentum to work with, something to deny that match point. A lot of Sky Flashes being traded. It will use up the Trailblazer from Smoker. It does, you know, he lets it go, but as soon as the flash was there, he had to, you know, stop using it. That's gonna use up some utility, but INQ, he's gonna be pushing down towards that garden area, find the opening frag onto Smoker. Now he has to fall back as support, but the spray down from Bond F, he's gonna get a couple of frags as well. Rio, oh, classic there. He's gonna find one. Will he find the second is the question. Sukuna's gonna push out A main. Rio picks up that sheriff. He needs to land head. That being all 4, but Bond F's just gonna run him down. 11-3, and we're gonna see a couple of rounds go in favor of Reckoning. At least some on the board and something to work off of. But yeah. Here's the one that we've all been worried about. We've all been, you know, shaking our heads and like, oh, are they going to be able to make it through this? It is going to be the buy round for Weird. And if they do lose this, it's going to be match point 12-3. They will have their own buy after this. But honestly, I don't know if that is going to matter. Because when on that match point, even if you have the best guns, your mental in such a scuffed region. And considering how they played the first half, their mental should be scuffed regardless. But won't stop IronQ from pushing in. Okay, go for it, lad. Will fail, but Bondev gets a trade. Gets traded himself as well. All right. Trade game strong.
For now, though, they are at a disadvantage, RGE. And it could end on to that if Sukuna loses his footing here, because he's the only line of defense on the A side. He gives his life away. It's going to be the end of this A side. He's looking for one, and he will get one. He actually
Spike
dinks
down
another
A.
as well. But it's not going to avail too much damage, as the plant is going to go down. And it is going to be a 3 versus 2. And a 3 versus 2 that we remember was in a bad situation when they were against the time and tide of it, RGE. And yet again, it looks like they could be. They're coming in for this retake, but they don't have anything to work with. They have one recon, and they even have the drone on Yuvin. But they need to make things work quickly, because the time's ticking by here, Kirito. And I'm not quite sure if going this slowly is an option for them right now.
Yeah, placing the turret down. They're trying to gain some ground, but none of them are given by
It's
Weird.
over already.
Yeah, okay, the Swarm Mage is there as well. P comes in from Pixels. He's gonna get one traded by Yuvin, but Smoke is there to finish things off. He'll lose his life though. He's gonna actually.
Oh.
He is. He is gonna lose his life. That will actually hamper the economy quite a bit, because their money was low to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, honestly, if I was weird, I wouldn't worry too much about it because obviously they're on match point. Only 3 rounds for the side of Reckoning. But yeah, Reckoning, this is an opportunity. They should read out that, okay, there were only 2 players alive in the end and one of them just spikes. So their economy isn't going to be the best. Even if they go for buys, which they have, their armor is going to be low. So maybe you can try and win these fights. At least get the trades, guys, is the question. But okay, I'm loving this aggression from Godspeed. And there we go. Delhi wasn't expecting that, and he's going to be caught off guard. But mid push coming in from Bad Love. Looking out for the alarm bot. It won't, though. He's gonna get the trade on to Godspeed. Revenge for his friend. Revenge for his teammate Sukuna. Seekers are out. Is he gonna peek off these? Just holding on for now. Rio making himself known. And that A main push back with a flash. There are 2 players. There gets one. The trade is there from Bond F. 3 versus 3 scenario. What are we trying to do? They clear this out. They don't get one.
I've got your trail.
That was unfortunate. Sukuna, he needs to. Better, but here we go. Smoke, he's taken down Bondef, and now it's lost all to Juven. This could be the end over here, Kirito, and I'm afraid it might just be. They know exactly where Juven is. They've blinded him twice. They're gonna heal each other up. At least not each other. At least Pixel's gonna get healed up.
Oh.
What?
Oh, that was smart. He double deflected the recon and just let it, you know, jump out a little bit, and that distracted both of the players. It was a bit of a risk, honestly, to identify that they were both on the same spot.
Yeah.
I guess when you hear, like, you saw the heal, and from that you could judge, like, okay, maybe the Sky is positioned here, and he was hearing the spike plan, so the other player should be on the spike, so they're pretty much on the same position. It was a calculated risk, I would like to say, but yeah, it was risky nonetheless. The risk was there. So they're gonna get 4 rounds, 3 in this second half. They're pushing Weird back to another eco. They may gain some ground here, but yeah, it's still fighting for the life. Every time Weird are on a buy, they are gonna be fighting against a force that it's gonna be really difficult to defeat against. But let's see what happens. They are gonna be going in for a technical issue pause, so maybe, you know, taking this time to slow things down. Maybe slow down Weird as well. Like, okay, guys, let's not, you know, over aggress too much like we did in the first half. It worked out, but again, let's play together right now, because Weird, they want to end it as well. They want to get that early advantage, make sure the match doesn't go on too long, and not give Reckoning that much of an momentum boost to go in with. But yeah, we're gonna be moving on as the unpause is coming in. The possibly last round, I mean, unlikely because they are on pistols, but you never know.
They're concussed.
Yeah, that is true. You never know when a Thrifty could come into works. And towards A they go, and they've been given the A main completely. No aggression from RGE to stop this, and look at that. Oh, Bad Love almost finds the head, but he misses on his journey down in the air as well. And his knives are gonna be of no avail, as all the players of the side of Weird rotate back, leaving only 1 player, by the way. Deadly is still towards A main, and now they spread out. They spread out completely, and look at the amount of respect that RG is actually giving them, even on an eco. They're playing so passively. They know it. They probably know it's an eco. They 100% know it's an eco, but they still don't want to aggress. They're still trying to be as respectfully playable as possible, because they don't want to give up anything. That's a good sign from them, honestly. 12-5 looks like it's going to be coming up any second now, as the door's been shut, and there's no way they're going towards A. They need to find things to happen towards B now, where they have their Sova finding out a little bit of an avenue, a little bit of information. Many of his 2 teammates are actually moving in towards A, where they've got Sukuna and Bondef looking straight towards them. The eyes of death on 2 members, and they're dashing right in. It's gonna be up to Battle to try and find something, but it's not gonna look in the right direction. He expects somebody to be on Heaven, but somebody's right around the box as well. And it's gonna be a flawless round for the side of RG. Something to cling on to, something to hope for, but still yet so far away. A full buy comes in from Weird. And Kirito, I'm not quite sure. Should this be, or is this the end? Because again, if the side of Weird lose this, they're gonna be yet again on a buy that's not gonna favor them. That's an eco. and that's gonna probably cost 12 to 7, maybe 12 to 8 even. I'm not quite sure how this is gonna go, but yeah, Weird need if Weird need to finish the game off, this is probably the time to do it.
Of course, a buy round, they have the best weapons, they have the best utilities to work with, and the momentum should be high as well. They should be going into the side knowing that, okay, we have guns, now we can take the fight to them, and we can take some of these engagements on more of a fair ground. But again, I mean, we never know actually. It might go in favor of RGE, and that will allow them to get one more round after this, because this is going to be an eco. I mean, obviously, Trifties are a factor here. We never know when that happens, but on paper, it should be going in favor of RG if that is the case. But for now, they need to get over this buy round, and they need to play with great coordination, which they have, honestly. This side change, we've seen a very different side of the side of RG. They're playing a lot more together. They're playing a lot more based on utility, and
Destroyed.
that's doing all the difference for them. And Sukuna, he's under a lot of pressure. Generator, Bondef will gather information, but here comes the 100 Fury. They identify where he is.
Oh no!
And Rio will get a frag.
Oh,
Gets
he
a
got
second
two!
one. That
Wait, what
is
is Godby
huge.
doing?
I honestly don't know, but Sukuna, he's all alone in that ace, and he's... Oh, bad love. He's gonna get that shot
Almost.
in time. Not he does get one,
Yeah,
but
I think
Deadly.
it's over. Yeah,
Yep,
it's over.
It's over. INQ misses that operator shot on to
Spike
Deadly.
planted.
Now they know it's a 1 versus 4. He's gonna he will get one. He'll get the Blade Storm if he gets one frag, but yeah, the door's closed.
You are divided.
Yeah, here comes
Cosmic
the
Device
Cosmic
comes
Device.
in. All right, he gets one. There is a player behind him. He should read this. He should at least. Oh, 20 HP gets dinged. Needs to land the right click here. Will land the right click. This is all. So Shock Dart comes in. Oh, dashes. Secondary Shock Dart won't find him either. The door is opened up. Running out of time. Cosmic Divide. He's on top of Generator. Pixels. He doesn't read this. Doesn't matter. Rio's gonna get the frag. Triple kill for the man to end off that match off. And there we go. Victory for the side of Weird Esports. What a way to, kick things off. What a way to actually show us that, okay, Ascent is our hometown, our home territory. And what other way than to get such a dominating win on the first match. God,
Yeah,
that was-
indeed.
That was basically bullying at one of those rounds. The way they pushed ahead. I mean, if that was me on the opposition, I would not be feeling good.
That was absolutely brutal from the side of Weird Esports. I did not expect that, to be honest. I really thought this was going to be a neck and neck situation, but Reckoning are in a really bad spot right now. It looks like they are just not, they're a shadow of their former selves, and it's not a good spot to be in, especially when you've been a team that has been able to contest for the title, and you fall down this much in literally one season, in the span of difference of one season, and with a couple of roster changes. Well, I'm pretty sure they know now that it didn't work out. Let's have a look at the match highlights, ladies and gentlemen, because, well, to be honest, if you consider the match highlights, I think it's probably going to be the most of what we see Bad Love and, we see Bad Love and his ever so healthy teammate Smoke Up push up towards A, or it's going to be Deadly trying to explore towards B main. That's all it was. From the beginning till the end, the A main position was so heavily contested that they had absolutely no idea how to approach it, RG. They did nothing different. I never saw them doing anything different, to be honest. There was nothing that came out of a different way for them, because even if they did try to play passively towards A main, Bad Love pushed in so much, and he found sometimes the kills straight in from towards their spawn area, right? Almost towards their spawn area. What do you do against somebody who's that strong and, has support, and they're pushing you like there's no tomorrow?
That shouldn't happen in the first place. He shouldn't be ready for a push like that, especially considering that Bad Love, he's done this before. He does have a Sky accompanying him, so they should be at least ready for it if a push comes in. And again, obviously, lack of diversity is a big issue. They were pushing those B mains and A mains. The read was so good. Every time we see Bad Love, he's always there. He's always like, okay, guys, I'm now at B. Let's work together. And this was such a good setup, by the way. This was one of the highlights of the side of Weird for me, because that Odin spraying down the wall. We have that operator as well. The Deadly's on that Killjoy is spamming down and a Vandal. So much pressure. Even the Astro utilities were working out there. I mean, how much pressure can you handle if you're RGE at that point? But it's just the level of play from Weird. How much how much utility they put up on. It's absolutely astounding. But yeah, for now it is gonna be the side of Weird on top. And I mean, with that coordination on both halves, they did find some hardships on that second one. They weren't able to get those rounds early on, but they created such a gap that it was almost impossible for the side of Reckoning to close out. They gave it their best shot. They got a few rounds on the board. Communication got a bit better. Team play got a bit better, but not it just wasn't enough. It was just a bit too late.
Yeah, that is true. And the Weird Esports, well, they have a convincingly, amazing win here. And they're going to be going on the back of it and having a lot of confidence as we move into Haven, ladies and gentlemen. And that is going to be a whole other story of its own. I have no clue what's going to happen there because I remember the previous Reckoning were beasts on Haven. They used to choose Haven. They used to, absolutely dominate on Haven. Whether or not it's going to happen again is something of that we need, something of a question that needs to be answered, and it needs to be answered by the Boys of Reckoning itself. Because after this loss on Ascent, I don't know. I'm not quite sure how it's going to turn out. Whether or not we're going to 2-0 this, or they're going to be taken to the third map by Reckoning is something we're going to find out. Because hey, if I've learned one thing in the last couple of days is to not judge a team by its first map performance. Because the last time I saw it happen, we saw a landslide victory from one of the teams. Second map, they pulled it back. And the third, it went finally to the way of the team that won the second map. So never count out anybody. Let's see if RG can take us through. Me and Kirita will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. This is the LG Ultragear presents the TC Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial Apparel Partner 656 and accessories partner Cosmic Bite. We're going to see if or not we're 2-0 this thing, or are RG going to make a comeback for the ages.
from the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear presents Tec Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial, apparel partner 656, and accessories partner Cosmic Bite. It's been a landslide of a first map over here in front of us. Weird Esports, they completely threw away the side of RGE into a state of flux, which they, did not recover from, to put it in the lightest of terms. And now that we move into Haven, Kirito, I did not expect this, but I'm not quite sure what we can expect on Haven either, because Weird Esports might have picked this. And as we go to the agent selection screen, I want to ask you, what do you think is going to happen?
It's difficult to say honestly, because obviously we see Weird coming in. They get that 11-1 lead on the first half, and that should be enough to say that they are at least feeling it today. Their gunfights were really good. Their pushes were really good. You know, the utility, everything was really good, really well thought out about them. Even their knowledge about the map. But going to the second map, that is their own pick. Reckoning did pick did pick Ascent, but Haven was the pick of Weird as well. So this is going to be interesting on their same map. I feel like both sides should be decently used to it, decently used to Haven. They have a decent idea on how the map of Haven works. But again, you never know. I mean, Reckoning, they are definitely not feeling the best today. They are definitely, not working a little bit together. There are communication gaps. They are making mistakes on pushing the sites on a map that they picked themselves. So I'm not really sure if Haven is going to be the best for them. It is a bit attacker friendly, and they will be defending on the first half. So Weird might have a chance to again get a dominant lead on the first half. But it's all
Yeah.
going to come down to the communication and the agent selection and stuff like, how much are you taking this mentally? Because obviously a loss like that will bring you down a bit. But, at this stage, just you need to calm down. Make sure you have the good people and your teammates around you. And they're going to be like, okay, let's calm down. We can still do it on the second map. Let's play together, not make the mistakes we made on the first map, and we should be able to get pretty easy and secure a W. So that might happen, but again, Weird Esports, they're feeling it. So it's hard to actually stop a team that is on momentum and hold them on the track. Not just hold them, keep them there. And keeping them there is what Reckoning need to do. Is
Yeah.
once Weird get the ball rolling, and we all saw what happened when the ball starts rolling.
Yep, agent selection yet again, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, one of them had the Val 5 error and they reconnected. But here we are yet again. We've got a double duelist set up on the side of Weird. This is getting interesting. And they also have a Cypher instead of a Killjoy, which has been picked up by Godspeed on the opponent side. So this is a really ecstatic lineup difference over here, as we can see, ladies and gentlemen. There is a single initiator on the side of Weird, and it looks like they're happy with it. It looks like they're good with just a Sova, and they have the Phoenix in the hands of Smoka. So an interesting approach for sure. I'm not quite gonna say that Weird Esports will definitely have this in the bag on the back of this, but having a flashing agent definitely makes it a little bit easier for them. Somebody who can set them up themselves up for success. Somebody who can have an ultimate that basically is a 6v5 at times. Excuse me.
It
right,
is.
right. Yeah. So Phoenix
It is.
I think he's a really underrated duelist. I think he's a lot viable in pretty much every single map, but just because that he doesn't have that movement meta, right? I think he's looked over a bit because Reyna and Jet and Raze, all three have movement-based abilities. Like Reyna has her solar absorbing orb because she can run away, and be invulnerable for a lot of time, for a couple of seconds. Jet has her dash. We've got Raze with her satchels, and Phoenix. Well, he's Phoenix.
Phoenix is Phoenix, but yeah, going into the matchup. I mean, obviously we have the change in the whole lineup, that being the Sky and the Phoenix. Overall, I feel like what these two teams do, what these two agents do, is pretty much the same, but the roles are kind of switched up. We obviously have Phoenix who can go in for that flash, so does Sky, but Phoenix's flash is more of an aggressive approach. It sort of not only allows you to move, to your teammates to move in at the same time. Meanwhile, the Sky is more on a support-based role. You can send that flash into a really concentrated region, and it is more accurate. You can focus that flash more than the Phoenix flash. So the Phoenix is you just throw it around the corner. It blinds anybody who's actually looking at it. The Sky, you can actually play around with your opponents and make sure they get flashed, the blinded signal is there, and allow the rest of your team to move in. So obviously it's gonna work out in the based on whatever strat they have, each team has. But let's see what happens. Weird are on attack on the first half, and looks like they want to start things off quick. Some Chogger damage will be taken by Deadly, but not gonna stop him from planting the bomb. Bad love. Oh, Bond definitely need to check that angle. INQ does get a trade, but Rio with his own drag. Now here comes the garage push. Smoka, I think they hear the noise, and they should see the gun barrel earlier, but here comes the pixels, but up close, Smoka catches him off guard while reloading. Sukuna's on the bomb, but the bomb is standing in a very open position. Here comes the camera, they'll break it, but their utilities are coming in. The postman scenario is so difficult to B-side. Recons and shock darts are sent flying. Smokes are being placed. Smoka's gonna be pushing up. Is he gonna go into the side? The concussion is there. Concussion.
Oh my god, that was so close. It could have gone.
Lose any players.
Yeah, it could have gone either way, but in the end, it was Weird Esports who found the edge onto killing the opponents. They always took a team fight, by the way, if you noticed. They never really let anybody go alone, and that was a good thing about them. Because in pistols, you never know how it's going to turn out, right? Pistols are really unpredictable. You never have an idea as to whose pistol is going to connect, whose isn't. And it's always better to take a 2v1 fight than it is to take a 1v1 fight.
Yeah, it's gonna help them out quite a bit to get that early economic advantage on, and Spectres are in play. Meanwhile, a couple of shorties for the side of Reckoning. INQ and Sukuna on that double barrel shotgun. Meanwhile, A side will be under a lot of pressure. Bad Love, he's gonna be pushing up sewers. The drone is there, but Bad Love, he's not really aggressing too much. Flash will be coming in, Rio to provide support, but yeah, they're not gonna find anything for now. Shock darts will tag Yuven quite a bit. Again, this save round RGE, they don't have armor on, so those shock dart hits are gonna be so much more harder, so much more HP consuming. But yeah, here comes the shorty, but no melody. It's only gonna be pixels. Bad Love will get another frag on speed, and the C side has been given away. Another shorty is present in that garage, but Bad Love, he's just fragging out. He's just walking in. Yuven's on the flank on window, but he's gonna get that trade in. It's gonna be triple kill for the man, but Pixels, is he gonna walk into the gates? He steps back. Oh, that was cool. I mean, he stepped back right, almost walking into that shorty, but oh, this time it's gonna be Deadly walking in.
No, you just don't jump around like that, my guy. You gotta take your corners. He's having a little bit of a fun ride on the didgeridoo, if that's exactly what he was jumping about. But hey, 2-0, they start off the same way as they did before. Are they going to be able to repeat the success, though, is the question, because I don't think RG are going to look to let the same way, same wave take over them as it did on Ascent, because 11-1 half is something that shouldn't be happening, again and again, because if it does, then there's some real problem in the way that they're playing. As the Weird are going to be preparing for this A side push, and they're going straight in for this bonus. They've got a Vandal, one only proper rifle for them to work with, and this... Okay, that tripwire is going to allow Rio to know where this player is, but his teammates have already taken over the side, so he just needs to hold off that backstab for as long as possible, and he's just pushed him away. He shooed him away almost, as Rio is just going to stay there, and the rest of his team are looking to try and execute this post plan.
Yeah, 5 versus 5 post plan scenario. To say the least, things are going to get really chaotic here. So, frag onto Deadly. The player in sewers is gone. Engagement is happening. Iron is going to get a frag on the Pixels. Their weapons advantage should be a big factor here, but there are 2 players in hell. Flash will figure that out. Recon's there as well. They're going to try and push through the flames and actually walk through the flames. They're gonna try and exploit the little gap over there, but oh, where's the communication? Bondev does get that frag regardless. Smoke is all alone, gets 1, gets 2, but doesn't get the last frag. Does Godspeed have time? Oh, let's go.
Oh my god.
Oh, I thought he had time.
I thought too, but Smoka did just enough to get those 4 frags, almost on the ace as well. Well, I would consider this an ace, given that he was the last person alive. And Smoka's done a wonderful job of staying alive under that heaven position and getting as many kills as possible. Because in the beginning, when those 2 kills came in, first up from RGE, I thought this would be the end. But now RGE are going to be forced to reinvest into this round. Or, no, you know what? They're actually going to stay on an eco. They don't want to force into it. They want to play safe. They want to make sure that no mistakes like the last time happen. And Weird somehow pull out a beautiful round, or at least a hard-struck, real close round on the back of Smoka's 4K.
That's a win, and that's what they need regardless. But Iron pushing up with the Blaze Storm, but no, Pixel shut him down. All Vandals for the side of Weird as they're going to be trying to push into the C side. Maybe Bad Love, he's up there. There's all around him. Wallbangs won't connect, but backside Sukuna, he's so low on HP. Eco round for the side of RGE. All they have to pistols. Sukuna will finally fall. Deadly walks into an open B side. This could be huge if the spike can make its way here. If they're able to watch out for the player in garage, that's gonna be huge. Molly will keep Godspeed at bay. Bad Love gets another frag on Bondev, but Yuven with his own trade, but there's no second frag there. Smoka's gonna be holding the angle. Realizes he has to go for and reads it beautifully. No spike plan though. I mean, do they need to at this point? I mean, if they do run out of time, maybe eventually, but Godspeed, he's just gonna be holding in that garage main, has a turret behind him to gather information on the flank, but so far no one's pushing him.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't want to give away weapons, I believe, but they know that with the weapons they've got, they can take up these duels, and it looks like Deadly might just do it. Oh. Okay. They have dropped a weapon. He's down to 5 HP, and he's looking to save that Vandal. He picks it up, and he's actually running into the B side. Okay, that's a little bit of a Brave played her Godspeed. 5 HP clutch. She would have done 1v3. A huge dream, but obviously you're gonna have to wake up right now. And he did after that kill. And it's gonna be 4-0 now. And Kirito, reminisce of the old map, of the previous map. It's the same thing that happened, except that the one round that went really close was the previous one. After that, now they've settled back down Weird Esports the way they were playing. And you can see,
Show us the way,
you know,
Sky.
Weird Esports are actually a lot comfortable on Haven already. Even though they've lost players, they look that they're right about where they want to be.
Indeed, their own map pick, they should be strong on it. I mean, have a game plan on where you're picking to play. It should be the model for a lot of these teams. But yeah, they're gonna be pushing to this B. A lot of teams really don't like to push this B side. Honestly, there is a saying that in Haven, B is just a connector. You don't really push onto B, but Yuvin's gonna get 100 speed refresh. So will INQ with that operator. And so far, we might see their first uncommon board. Smoke spots out Bad Love. I mean, Bad Love is his teammate. I don't know why I said that. Sorry, apologies for that. But Bondev, he is gonna be trying to walk into the side, but
Oh my
okay, Bad
God,
Love
Bad Love.
sprays them down, triple kill.
1 second,
Yuven.
I have a question. Okay, this is definitely gonna go to the side of the attackers. Ion is definitely gonna be trying to save that operator. How did Bad Love not take a single amount of damage except for that shock dart against 3 people that he sprayed? He didn't take a touch of damage, and now he dies to the spike. Okay, and Ion's gone down, so no operator. Does Smoke pick it up? No, he's not gonna be able to. But how is Bad Love allowed to get away with that? Not a single ounce of damage that man took against 3 people that he fought one-on-one.
I don't know. Honestly, I think some of the problems from the first map are still there for the side of Reckoning, because again, the trade game, it's not working out for now, but yeah, it's the coordination, everything like that. It's not really on point today. You need to make sure you get those trades in, or at least go attempt a trade, man. Come on, that was a buy round. You should feel confident to going for frags and give the opponent a run for his money to get a double kill there. Instead, they're going to be actually losing 3 players. First frag, again, Bad Love will find it. Godspeed, oh, aggression. Nothing, Jinx, deadly, but won't get the frag. Oh, here comes the neural tap, but INQ, his flank is discovered. They're just going for
One enemy remaining.
chance Reckoning. They're just like, okay, let's just get this round over with. Maybe pick up a weapon or something, get some eco frags, but eco frags are not really gonna help right now. This round is secured, a possible flawless coming in. Spike is down, money all around for the side of Weird. So even if losing 1 or 2 Vandals won't be that big of an issue. Oh, the timing. Pixels. He pushes in just as Bondev walks away. Bad Love, he's pushing a bit aggressively. Sheriff shots will connect. Pixels just like, hold. Oh,
What is
he doing? What is he doing?
He's playing with his food, and that's allowed Bondev to find another. No, Pixels. Why? Why would you do that? I mean, he just waited, and basically he literally baited out his team right there. He let Smoker die.
I mean, Smoker has castigated weapons. I mean, I don't think Smoker will be too worried about that. But Byron for Weird, they won out another eco on the side of Reckoning. Obviously, the weapons disadvantage was there, but INQ with that operator back again on the Byron. I mean, Reckoning, they look very convincing on these Byrons, if I'm being honest. They definitely look like they can get something done, at least on the beginning stages. It's just the post plants or the later stages where they sort of need to, slow down, do damage control, and like, okay, how many players have we lost? What do we have to play with? Decisions like that, they aren't the best for them right now. And that's mainly leading them because their coordination isn't really the best currently. But nice frag from Bondev. Does get the bomb down, Bad Love, but won't be able to run out in time. 4 versus 5. Cosmic Divide available, and there we go. It's happened from Pixels. But Godspeed with the lockdown, placing it right next to the bomb. That's going to let them push out quite a bit. But Deadly, he's still standing his ground. He's still holding on. He doesn't care if he gets detained. He's going to keep getting these frags. Pixels chiming in as well. Taking down the Bondev. They're holding. This is going to detain them.
Right, 2 players have been detained, but there are 2 players. Still more. Yeah, exactly. Pixels is going to be the hero of that round, even though Weird had had lost early on. They took control of the situation, Deadly found those kills, and Bond F and Co really need to figure out what the hell is happening as he calls for a timeout for his team, because RGE, they're 7-0 down yet again. Wait, no, wait. They were 7-1 up the last time, right? They were 7-1
Yeah,
up.
they managed to get a 7-1.
Yeah, they managed to get a 7-1. This time, they're 7-0 down. And even though they get the initial frag, the plan's gone down, they're still not able to do anything on the back of it. The Killjoy ultimate is not respected by the side of the attackers, and that cost them too much because RGE expected them to move back. RGE expected them to move back, but they stuck to it, Weird Esports. I love that from them, you know, that they committed 2 players who they knew will definitely find some success in terms of kills, and that was Deadly on the main side of it. He found 2. He made his team to come to a position where they have a 4v2 at least on their hands, and they didn't care that 2 players would get detained because 2 more would be available, and that would be one of the main people, that is the Astra, who can use her abilities to take the person who is sitting on the defuse off the defuse thanks to the gravity ball, or concuss them, or whatever it is, and the other person get peek off. So that was really well thought out. You know, I love it. They knew who they can afford to get detained and who they cannot. And on the back of it, they won a beautiful 7th round. And even though this timeouts come in, RGE, they need to really reconsider a lot of things and how they're going to play this out, because Weird Esports are looking like they're going to run away with pretty much, you know, anything and everything at this point.
So much depth in the gameplay of Weird right now. We do see the shorty player going under cover as the drone went over him. Sukuna is going to get that frag and get a weapon, I believe, or no? He actually didn't get a weapon, but he should be able to recover it. It's right there in front of him, but for now, Weird is holding on to it. The Recon will spot them out. He's going to send some shock darts flying, allowing him to get that orb. And Hunter's Fury is only a couple away from him. But meanwhile, they are rerouting to the east side. It's been completely given away. Yuven will make his position known as the drone is activated. This is an eco round for the side of Reckoning, so side take is going to be quite difficult. The fact that they let this go, they should try and play off the fact that, I mean, the side of Weird, they probably don't know it, but they are in a bit of a messy scenario. Obviously, they have reorganized themselves on flank. He's hearing Godspeed. Godspeed is assuming that maybe there is a player there, but he does check long enough, and here comes
boy,
Rio.
this is it.
There are 4
men straight out. No!
He's gonna touch
Misses the first. Oh no!
He
He's
gets
giving away
one.
another weapon.
He could have done so much more damage over here, but it's all down to the holding on to his side. Deadly is doing a good finds too, but Pixels is there to cover things up for him. He falls to the hands of IronQ, but Pixels, why did you kill my Cypher? Why did you do that? And he's just gonna get that trade in there. It's gonna be an 8-0 scoreline, not even 7-1 like last half. Obviously, it was an eco round. I feel like RGE, they did go for that pause, and pauses do help out, you know, allowing you to, you know, slow things down. Have you talk to your teammates, make sure everybody's on the same page, everybody knows the game plan and what to do. But yeah, I mean, on an eco round, do you really want, I mean, I guess it is quite late. It's 8-0. The pause should have been a little bit earlier on, but I mean, maybe on a buy round where you have the best chance. But with that, now the blood's flowing again for the side of Weird, and they're going to be feeling it a lot more as they're pushing onto the seaside. So we're drawn led by Rio.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be the run it back. No, wait, it's expired. Never mind. I thought it was there for some reason. My bad. But they are moving in towards the seaside. And here go the hot hands. Here comes the flash, and here comes the Hunter's Fury as well. Kuna's gonna get caught in it. Smoker finds Godspeed, and the seaside has been opened up in literally less than 3 seconds here, Kirito. Plan's gonna go down. Deadly's holding the backstab, and he's gonna go for it. What more can you expect? What a team this has been so far. Weird Esports.
Going up.
This flank coming down from Deadly, though, they are expecting it, but it's all gonna come down to timing. There's no utility to watch the backs, but a lot of frags going down here onto that C main. Here comes the flank, but Deadly, no! He doesn't do anything. IronQ gets that operator shot to him, pulls out the Blade Storm. They should know that the player is on long. Here comes Arts. The recon will slow things down, or will it? IronQ is holding with the operator. They're sticking it. You've sticking it. They need to go for the straight out. Wall bank connects, and he gets both.
My God.
No way they win that. No way they win that.
He will go down, but it doesn't even matter. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter because Smoka, yet again, the hero for his round. He clutches out another one. How many more are they gonna just give away like this? RGE, they did so much work to get back into that round. They brought it down to a 2v1. But one thing they didn't expect is that somebody would come from the back lines. Oh my god, Smoka. The presence of mind. He knew that he could catch them on a really bad spot if he comes on the back lines, because they would be focused after one went down towards Silong. He would expect naturally for the other to be there as well, or towards Garage at that point in time. But hey, it's just unfortunate. There's one player revealed already. Deathly's gonna take down Bondef on the other side of the map. And he's trying to find something toward his mid. Badlov's already taken on the Godspeed. And it's about time that Sukuna went down. Deadly with a classic. I don't know how that connected, but he got that. And now it's all on to Yuven as a 10-0 scoreline. Ladies and gentlemen, did anybody at all expect this today?
What are they doing? I don't like this. Weird, I don't like this.
No.
Calm down.
No.
Calm
No,
down.
weird, no,
Calm
don't
down.
do it. No, stop. Stop it. Get some help. Don't do this. Don't do it. I know you can afford to lose weapons, but that doesn't mean you're gonna try and go ahead to knife the other person right in front of their eyes. They're not stupid. Juven's not stupid. He's gonna blow your head straight off. Don't give him the kills. He's only gonna get his ultimate, and he already has, by the way. And he's only gonna build up an economy. Just take him out. Just take him out. Just take him out. Do that. Just take him out. No.
Oh, no way. Okay.
Finally. Okay, a flying Vandal kill. Yeah, of course, because that happens every day. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That just shows Weird's confidence right now. They can afford to lose 4 players, still have more than enough money. I felt like that was, part of the plan. Like, okay, guys, we have too much money. What do we do? We have too much money. What do we do? Let's just lose some guns out there. They can rebuy again, because obviously, I mean, if you're winning, does it really matter if you're, capping on your cash? But I guess we're just want to make sure that they get, keep on investing every single round. Okay, Bondef, aggression will be punished. Shock darts will connect. Wallbangs won't though. But here comes the run it back from Smoker. He's gonna be leading the charge into Garage. He players right behind him. That being his Jet Badlove. Walking in, almost gets a frag. Badlove just finished off Sukuna. Players are gonna be moving towards City. INQ push out more, but misses the second shot onto Silong. Bondef undercover on Log, gets a frag, flashes. Doesn't find anybody else. Good read from the side of Weird to slow things down. INQ finds one more onto Rio, but that's the spike. That's gonna be huge, and he's pushing ahead. But the spike is picked up by Smoker. The Iron should spot that out, but he's gonna have to fall back. Here comes the suppressing fire from Deadly. Oh, this is getting intense. They want to get this 11th round on the board, the side of Weird, but they lose already 3 of their big players. Smoker is still there. So is Deadly, but I don't think a spike plant could be likely this one. They're gonna have to time the rotations really well.
Yeah, they're gonna have to consider all the eggs in the basket, because there is at one point gonna be one side that's not gonna have, a complete line of defense. It's probably gonna be just one player waiting. But look at the spread of them. They're playing so passively on A. They are playing so well on B as well. They're just holding on. They've kept C with the turret, and Bondef's gonna take out Smoka. And this is exactly how they should have been playing. The spike's gonna go down at the very least. And Deadly, well, he's down to 30 HP he goes, and he's not gonna take down anybody. As number 1 finally comes out for the side of RGE after 10 rounds of utter turmoil and trying to knife straight up on your face tactics.
Yeah, I mean, about time, guys. They do get one. It's gonna. They have cash. They don't care that much. RGE, they are gonna be struggling a bit as Sukuna. He's gonna get a drop, so nothing to worry about that. All rifles in all players' hands. Bad Luck is even going for the operator on Tech. I mean, Haven is one of those maps where you can op on attack, but again, it's gonna be difficult regardless. But Smoka, does he have a shorty? He has a shorty as a secondary. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that come out of his pocket this run, honestly, because the way Weird are playing, they're seriously trolling in some of these rounds, but doesn't matter. Bad Love isn't trolling when it comes to taking down the opposition opper, and he will indeed take down the opposition opper. And Q will be out of the equation for this half, considering this is the last round of the first half. But Bad Love walks in, the Blaze Storms come out, misses the shots, but his teammates are there. Bondef, he doesn't really care. Top shots are gonna come in, but he's gonna fall back. Sukuna's in the site to support him as well. It's a good equal trade coming in. 4-4 is the man count. Smokes will isolate him. Is he gonna be caught in the concussion? He will. He tries to run away. But Bondev will be taken down.
Recalling
Some
my
nice
bot.
coordinated utility usage coming down from the side of Weird as Deadly tries to do the lurk, kicking again into B, but frag on the speed. But the only difference is they know they're here.
I know exactly where.
They're gonna be pushing into the B side. 2 versus 4 scenario. A lot of ultimates activated for all sides. Relative will give away the positions of Reckoning. And they got there. They just have to wait for the spike to be planted. Oh, bad. No way.
Covering it.
He's
One
reaggressing.
enemy remaining.
He's reaggressing into garage.
30 seconds left.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Spike
Smoke
planted.
and run away, my friend. No,
it's-
he's gonna smoke and walk back into this.
Look at where this guy's sitting. How do you expect somebody here? How do you expect somebody there? Just amazing stuff from Weird as the half yet
Switching
again, ladies and gentlemen, is finished off 11-1, and RGE are getting a beating of a lifetime, mind you.
Yeah, that's about the best way to sum it up, honestly. Because RG, they're lacking in so many ways. It's almost the same mistakes they're making. Some lack of team play, the lack of peeking together to get those trades. It was a little bit better on the though some utilities were used. They were able to get good positioning and crossfires out there. But the scoreline is just 11-1. They might get a few rounds if they win the pistol, but yeah. It should be pretty much done and dusted for the side of Weird unless 1 in a million miracle happens.
Yeah, but as they move in towards the seaside, they've actually given it away for free, to be honest. Weird Esports, they're not really contesting. They want to play on the retake towards C. And, I'm not quite sure if it's going to work out for them completely because RGE, they've got control of every single thing that they need. And Sukuna, he's holding down towards the backside and he's going to get the kill. And that's all they need for now to add on to the kill tally of every single player and make it all the way towards another round. But look at this. Smoke up, bad love. They both find heads each. Godspeed to come back with one. And they're trying to make this work, RG. But it's not happening.
way.
And they go down. It's going to be the pistol to go again in the favor of the side of Weird. And this might just be the end, Kirito, because now the match point has come up with 12-1. This could just end 13-1. Because, well, for obvious reasons, RG
Match point.
have no money.
They don't have money, but they're gonna have to go for a buy because,
What
match
can you do
point.
at this point?
they did get the spike down. They can get some cash in, but it's very unlikely. We are seeing a really mixed buy from Weird though, so that could be something to work off of as we see a Phantom coming in, a couple of Phantoms actually. Ares is Marshall. It's a mix, but weapons difference is there. And Weird, they just need to play it patiently. They just need to play it normally like any gun round. And it should be done and dusted as we see INQ following that drone coming down from his teammate Juven. He's gonna dash into that B side. I guess this could be a quick B execution. They're gonna let it happen. They're gonna let it fly. But nothing they can do other than get some spam shots in to do some additional damage. No heal will be available, but INQ pushing in. That's gonna be the death. Deadly's gonna use that Ares up to get that frag. And he almost gets, he's spamming away. Here comes the double. Gets the frag, but straight from Pixels. Another player inside. What as well. 2 versus 4. Smoke on the flank
it's
doesn't
done.
get the frag.
It's
Juven from
more
behind.
than over.
Are they ready? They're not ready for this. Oh, denial is there.
Enemy remaining.
This could happen.
No. Okay, all of a sudden it just come out of nowhere, but Pixels.
On the other side, they don't read it. And there we go. 12-2. Reckoning still in. This picks up a Phantom. They can get some money on the buys next turn, considering this was the buy round of Weird. Their money's not looking good, but yeah, again, they have room to breathe. They have rounds that they can lose, because again, they're on match point. And RG at this point, I feel like they're delaying the inevitable. I mean, you can be optimistic all you want. It's 12-2.
Yeah. You can be as optimistic as you want, but when you're on the scoreline where every round has to be fought like it's the last of this series,
Which
it's
it
gonna
is.
be which it is. It's gonna be really difficult to get back. even though Weird are in eco right now, they're going to be looking to do some damage economically because RG, well, their economy is obviously not that great, even though that they won that last round. They are exploring their options, going towards A, mid, and C. No, so far, nothing given away. They're careful of. Look at this. They're so careful about every single corner. They don't want to give anything away at all. They are so careful. That one Nano Swarm has actually attracted 4 players from the side of Weird Esports to rotate in. And it looks like even they've read this perfectly. Oh boy, okay. This is going to be a nasty fight. Either somebody's going to end up having an economical damage on losing their weapons, or it's going to be probably a flawless round, or at least a close to flawless round. Smoke has heard all of the sound, and they march towards C. Here we go. Here goes a hot hand, and that's going to give a lot of damage. They're going to take it, though. Pixels finds one, but RGE, they stabilize. They get 3. And they're going to be completely A-okay. Close to flawless round. Definitely, it's going to be coming in any second now. They look to put on number 3 on the board. Bad Love, though. He's been really, really potent with scoped weapons today. And he spots one out. Sukuna's going to take down both of them, though. And that's going to be number 3 on the board. 12-3. And, well, it's a little delayed. But it is inevitable, just like Thanos would say. And right now, in front of RGE, Weird Esports are nothing less than a Thanos.
They are. I mean, look at this scoreline. At this point, you gotta wonder that, you know, what stage are the set of reckoning in. Obviously, as you said, they were a top contender back in the earlier seasons, but right now they are down all the way in the bottom of the group, and again another loss to add to the tally. This is gonna be really detrimental to their momentum, and I feel like if they get one more loss like this, I don't think this season is gonna be much of a success for them.
Yeah, I
they
have
can
to
get
agree.
yeah, they can get some round, they can get some matches in, but how far can they go?
Spike planted.
Oh boy. Alright, he gets that. He also tags down another.
No
That's
way.
a really useful ultimate right there. As Ion is down to 70 HP, cannot even be healed because there is no healer. And they're gonna have to play this carefully. Ion peeks out, he gets the kill, but the trade comes in almost immediately. They've cleared out the entire site, and now with the neural theft, they know exactly where every single player is. They're gonna try and stick the defuse here as the cage goes down, but the Astra is still alive, so that's gonna be utility they're gonna use. Yuan finds Rio. He's gonna try and stick the defuse. Yes, Smoker finds 2. Yuan takes out Deadly, and now he needs to stick the defuse right here. He's already done it half, and that could be the end, and it is! There's no way that it goes down like this. No way does it go down like that. Weird Esports find a 13-3 victory, and it is an absolute bewilderment of what Reckoning tried to do, because the plan was in such a way that they had a little bit of space. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
He stuck it right at the corner, and even though that recon was available, he was spraying down. He did not expect which angle the spike would be diffusing in, and well, it's happened, ladies and gentlemen. Weird Esports. What a dominant victory from them. 13-5 on the first, 13-3 on the second. I have absolutely no words, by the way.
I mean, at this point, what words can we say? Other than to say that Weird, they are looking strong. They look like they want to, go back and haunt the players on the top of the leaderboards. They are a little bit behind. I believe they are on 5th, so the top 4 spot should be within reach with this victory. And I think some of the players at the top are definitely going to be taking notice of this performance. But again, Reckoning, their heads just were not in the game. It felt like, early on, losing out on those rounds, they were, sort of broken down mentally on the first map. Obviously, communication issue was a big problem. They were playing with a substitute. They weren't on 100%. And on the second map, things just carried on. And I mean, Weird just took full advantage of that. It felt like they had way more map control, way more control of the utilities, and way more knowledge on where their opponents are and how they want to play it, on the fly. Those decision-making skills, they are on point for Weird. And even against a pretty strong team, they're going to give them a run for their money. Weird, obviously. I mean, no, sorry, not Weird. Reckoning, they obviously weren't feeling it today. Other than that, there's not much to say. Maybe it could have been a closer matchup. But yeah, with that mentality for now, this is the best they can muster up. 2-0 scoreline coming in, but
Yeah.
we're going to be moving into the match highlights to exactly relive what happened and, how the side of Weird were able to pull off something so dominant, and especially in the map of Haven. I mean, the first half was more dominant than Cent. I mean, the side of Reckoning, they got one round. I think it was 6-1 or 7-1. But yeah, this was all the way near the end. All the way near the end, they were able to get that one round to make it 11.
Yeah, it is. It's honestly really disheartening to see this happen to a team like Reckoning, because I've seen them perform at a level where they would be beating teams like this, right? I've seen them perform at that level. They've been beating teams left, right, and center in the last season. They were an absolute force that a lot of teams would respect. But you saw some plays, questionable plays here from the side of RGE, which, by the way, was countered by the side of Weird Esports with, well, to put it in layman terms, troll plays that we saw, right? And to see
Indeed.
that, yeah, to see that happen against a team like Reckoning shows how exactly their situation is right now, how bad it is, because Weird Esports was formed a couple of months ago at best, and they come up like this, and they have formed a team that looks simply so strong that you wouldn't expect it to hit some team like Reckoning like this. Definitely not, but it happened anyway, and that is so just not something that's supposed to happen, just because of the fact that Reckoning have got this bunch of players who are one of the top tier players in this region, and to see them fall like this, see their downfall like this, is really, really heartbreaking. And now with the fourth loss, with absolutely nothing taken away from it, they would have won at 1 point from this match at least, but they're not even going to get that. They barely made it through even to halfway point of giving a competition to the opponent. As Weird Esports, well, they move on up, and as we look at the group standings, let's see how much further they go, because I believe they're going to get the 5 points. And they're going to be joining up to the third position. Yep, there it is. ENIGMA is going to move down a step, but that's completely A-okay, because they still have 4 games in hand, apart from, given that Weird Esports just played their fourth. So 8-7-5-4. The top 4 is seeming to be shaping up now. Whereas at the bottom, Reckoning, what happened to you?
Yet to get a singular win. This is going to be really, really difficult for them to come back from. Obviously, I don't, as we said at the ending phases of the final map, it's very unlikely that they're going to be ending up at a really high position in this group. I mean, unless, of course, this next map, I mean, their fifth matchup, if they don't start winning there, I'm not even sure if they can, but yeah, at this point, Reckoning, they should try and look for the for the more further ahead future, looking down the road and what they plan to make happen with this Valorant team, because there are a lot of gaps there. There are a lot of gaps they need to fix up, and I feel like this group standing should not be the first of their priorities. They really need to make sure they have that proper agent composition, make sure all the players have a game plan going in, and fix the communication. That is the main thing right now. Make sure you're going into the double peaks, you're going into the fights with utility stuff like that, that the side of Weird did really well today, and one of the top, all the top do really well. If they want to compete, that is something they need to make sure they get down. But yeah, again, going into the fixtures for today, what other matches do we have? Because that's not the only one. We still have one more to go, that being on 8 p.m. as we see Salty Sports taking on Only Friends. That's gonna be a big one, and we're hoping to see some insane plays coming out. Salty Sports, they're on the 4th place. They're barely up there on the top 4, and meanwhile, Only Friends struggling quite a bit. They are also on one singular win. So yeah, basically, Only Friends, they want to get up there on the top 4. This win will definitely allow them to do that and bring down Salt from that top position. So one more match to keep our eyes on. But yeah, Universe, anything to finish things off before we end the stream?
I think that the only thing that I would want to say is probably I want to see a revival of Reckoning Esports. This is not what we thought of them. This is not what we expected of them. This is not what we would want to see of them, because Reckoning have been a great team. They've been a joy to watch. They've been that team that takes down the top dogs, and I love watching them play. But after this revamp of the roster, getting their difference, different roster come in, and they just not able to keep up with the speed of the other team somehow. It just feels so wrong to see them at the bottom of the table. It's a little disheartening because I love to watch them play. And last season, I was rooting for them to win. I was like, you know what? Maybe if some underdog has to win, it has to be Reckoning to go all the way and give Velocity a challenge. But it looks like it's probably not going to happen. I don't think they're gonna even qualify this season given the state of things because they have just 3 games left, and that's a maximum of 7 points that they can accumulate. And I don't think ENIGMA are going to give up anything. I don't think Weird Esports are going to give up anything because they're inching closer and closer. So let's see how it's going to end up. But hey, that's the end of the show today, ladies and gentlemen. The 12 p.m. game, well, ended up pretty quick. It just got over in a jiffy, as Weird Esports are going to be really happy with this. And we hope that you enjoy what you watched. And thank you for sticking by. This is the Ultragear presents Tec Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial, apparel partner 656, and accessories partner Cosmic Bite. If you want to be a part of this tournament, you need to have a great PC. And the way to have a great PC is to go ahead and get some upgrades, right? So go to the description down below. Check out all the deals we got for you because we got some crazy ones. And you can get your PC the upgrade that you've been waiting for and maybe participate with the pros. You never know what you could do. And go ahead and scan that QR code, which just popped up right now. Get yourself some Red Bulls. Get yourself energized. For the 8 p.m. game, you might as well need it because, well, that's going to be another banger of a game. But hey, we've had a great fun casting this, and we've had a great fun, watching this, absolutely wonderful game for Weird Esports more than for RGE. But hey, this is the end, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sticking by. Hope you are going to watch us at the 8 p.m. game as well. We're going to be back in just a couple of hours. Don't go anywhere. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell icon. So as soon as we go live at the 8 p.m. game, you're going to know. Stay safe, stay happy, and we're going to see you all real soon.